But I've definitely had that moment where I had to like talk to myself. Like even when I asked with this company, when I said it was a mind shift change, I had to like say, you've talked to, you know, financial advisors of people who had $1 million and you felt really comfortable in that conversation. You talked to people who were CEOs of multiple companies and they called you for advice. Like I had to psych myself out a lot to even be like
that imposter syndrome.
Yeah. It was big. And even like when I got this car, I had to like be like, this is actually not a crazy thing. I initially, when I got this nicer car, I was trying to give myself a mind shift change and like, you know, test drive. And then I was like, oh, you know, I'll let them tell me the numbers for fun because I was like, I'm not buying this. Like, I'm not buying this car. I just was like, listen, oh, yeah, great. I got to think about it. I wasn't.
Just for context, PK pulled up in the Porsche Cayenne.
Yeah.
It's a Cayenne
It's
SUV?
a Macan, actually, that one.
Macan?
Yeah.
SUV. That was very clean.
And I had like a Sonata before. Like I always got the cheapest
so similar.
car ever because I was always like, I don't want a high payment or I want to just pay it off. Like my payments were like under $200.
It's funny, and maybe you feel the same way. So I just bought the Tesla Model S, 2017, so not brand new, you know, so some financial education
Smarts there,
you know,
mine's
a little
2018.
bit. So when I went to pick it up, they have contactless delivery. So like we went up there, Kyle drove me up there, and they just unlocked the car from like inside, and they honk the horn, and you just get in and you sign the documents. But when I got in, I was like, I didn't feel like I even belonged in the car. It was so nice. I've never had a nice car. Before that, I had a 2012 Jetta that, you know, just super regular.
Yeah.
Payment was under $200 a month.
Yeah.
Paid it off recently. But I was in the car. I was literally shaking a little bit. I was like, I did not belong in this car.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe this. I didn't want to touch anything.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really strange experience. But going to what you kind of were saying is like, I'm getting into this phase where I want to actually enjoy like what I'm doing, and I don't know, like, what's the point of having the money for no reason, you know?
Yeah.
So I really identify with what you're saying about the car.
And I've had that moment too with everything. Even when I went to test drive the car, they were just like, here. And I was like,
I could do this.
You're just gonna give me the keys?
Porsche.
And then she's like, yeah, like I took it for like, I went to my mom's house. I was like driving my mom around. I was like, and I was expecting her to like call me, like, where are you with the car? Like nobody called me.
How long have you had it?
I just got it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we got our car.
That's why I said when he asked that question, I knew I was about to buy this got next week. So I don't think I answered. I might have said something, but I didn't say, oh, you should buy the house. I was just like,
all y'all stunning.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought a new car this year too. I got myself a nice Mitsubishi 2019.
Nice.
No, don't say nice to me. Y'all out here with the Porsches and the Teslas.
But yeah, even when I got, like, my dad took me to get the car. Even when I was like signing, I thought they were going to be like, I called the car finance company. I was like, are you sure? Like, you said that I'm approved, and like I didn't send you anything. And they were like, yeah, we did this background check. And I'm like, and it said Centric Mortgage, it said Precious Mortgage. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, they're like, you can get approved for more. I was like, no, it's okay. I don't need any more. But I was like, I don't want to go there tomorrow and I get embarrassed because they're like, yeah, no, they had the wrong stuff.
I was shaking in my boots the whole time. They said the loan was approved. I'm like, this shit ain't approved. I'm like, this shit is almost
right now. Y'all talk about it.
I was like, this shit almost $800 a month. This is, and the whole time I'm like guilting myself because buying a car is not like, buying this kind of car is like, it's a luxury. You know what I mean? Like it you know, I fought with myself the whole time because I'm like, you know, I could use this money, you know, to buy another rental property. I could, like, there's all kinds of other stuff that I could do. But well, first my car broke down. And for like years, I've been saying I'm going to buy a Tesla when my car breaks down.
Yeah.
But I felt guilty the whole time because it goes against everything that I believe financially to buy a luxury item like that. But at some point, you do have to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm actually happy. I did it so far. I've had the car for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm still really happy with it, but it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, you're right. And I had that same experience. Like, I don't usually buy expensive things. My brother's like, what else do you buy expensive? Because I was like, I don't buy luxury items. I'm not one of those girls that has like those fancy bags. I can't do it. I don't have $1,000 shoes. My brother's like, what else do you buy that's expensive besides cars? But even when I got the car, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to wait a couple months. Like I had this plan of like November, and then I'm going to do it. And my boss was like, just buy the car. And I was like,
That's what people did to me. They were like, just do it.
yeah, I was also the only one in the office without a nice car. Like Alexis will make fun of me.
We were going to a video shoot when his car broke down.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, it's Tesla time.
This
It's Tesla season. As soon as I pulled up. Because he always said that. And then he's like, I don't know. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But I realized I've had imposter syndrome pretty much with every elevation that I've had. Like even, like I said, when I went to college, I went to this not so great school, elevation, and I'm like, how'd I get in here? Like my dean was like, no, we picked you on purpose. Like this, I felt like, how'd I slip through the cracks? It was like, no, this is where you're supposed to be. So like, anytime I do something, I'm like, how'd I get here? They're like, oh, you should do this leadership thing. And I'm like, why are you asking me? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like,
Do you have that? Because I feel the same way. But it's weird. I feel both ways at the same time.
yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
know I'm fucking good at this shit. But at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah, I know
really?
what you
Why am I here?
I know what you mean. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
How do I think two opposite things at the same time?
I don't know. But you're right.
That's
It's the
crazy.
same. It's the same thing. I'm like, yeah, no, I do belong here. But how did I? Is this mine? And my dad's like, you deserve this. And I'm like, yeah. Wait, do I? Because you really sacrificed. I'm like, yeah, I did sacrifice.
Right?
So here we are. Things
So-
are moving forward.